Welcome back to Stoic Plays, ladies and gentlemen. I am Marcus Aurelius, and this is Ravenmark, the Scourge of Estellion, the extended edition. This is a tactical war game done in a really amazing art style, which is what initially drew me to it. It is produced by Witching Hour Studios, that is, developed by, and it is released by Slitherine. And it started life as an iOS mobile game, I guess for iPads or whatnot, and it achieved an 85 score on Metacritic. So it is now released on Steam as a PC game. And while I tend to avoid mobile games like the plague, because I feel like they are not high-end gaming experiences, this game completely shatters that perception of mine. The whole idea behind it is that you are a type of Romanesque empire known as Estellion, and rather than the eagle of Rome, you are the raven. That is the symbol. And the prologue, which I have already played through, starts in the east in the land of Lyri, which you can think of them as like a mixture of the Celts and the Picts. They're like this berserker, close to nature, druidy type group. And it appears from the cutscenes that the main enemy is going to be the Altus Solari, or this kind of theocratic empire to the south in the Cardani swamps. So, let's give it a try, huh? Now, in full disclosure, just because I'm that kind of guy, I do want to say that I have been given a review copy of the game. However, it was not forced upon me. I actually asked for it because I saw the game and I saw the intro video on YouTube and thought that it looked really, really cool. So this isn't a situation where somebody's just throwing a bag of money and some women's at me and saying, hey, Marcus, play this game. Not at all. It was rather me saying, hey, can I perhaps play this game? And I'm very thankful that they let me see it, and frankly, I would have bought it had they not. So, just to be clear on that one, I'm playing this game purely on what I perceive to be its merits. So we beat the Prelude campaign, and in that campaign, you are this young nobleman of the Empire, and you are earning your stripes, basically, and you're fighting against these Lyri. But now, it appears, the first campaign, by the name of Ravenhood, when the Empire comes under siege by a strange, ruthless war host, the mark of Ravenhood ignites within the brothers Septim and old Rook Harper through their struggles for survival. So let's start Chapter 1, Idle Times. This will cause you to lose... Yeah, that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. Alright, so it picks up right where the Prelude leaves off. And another thing I really like about this game is the art style. The art is really cool in my opinion. Not only the game itself when you're fighting, but also the cutscenes. And one thing I really kind of like about it is that the art style is not anime. Now, it's not to say I don't like anime. I do. I like anime a lot, actually. One of my favorite game series of all times is the Persona series. But I don't like the fact that almost every game made nowadays is made with an anime style, especially these kind of games, where the character is represented by still images. So I like the fact that the developers here chose a more deliberately Western style. Again, not because it's superior in any way, but because it's diverse, and I like to see things from different angles. But anyway, this is Livia Cassianus, and I'm not quite sure who she is, because I haven't played far enough into the game, but she is a shadow or something. She must be part of an Imperial spy network. And she says, "My lord, most of Dorton's veteran fighters have been put on the roster for the next patrol, including both Thaddeus and myself. Are you certain at least one of us shouldn't remain here?" Grecus Solarius says, "Are you questioning my wisdom, Magister Cassianus?" And another thing, I'm still getting to grips with these titles. Septim is like a higher rank than a militum, but a rook is the highest rank of all. They're like the generals. And then a raven is like a mid-level noble commander, and then a septim. And the army itself is referred to as the Earthbound. So, anyway. No, of course not, my lord. She is taken aback. If our safety is your concern, then know that the Earth Shields, or maybe the Earth Shields? Earthbound Earth Shields, will remain, save for Signum Septim. Now, Signum Septim is the main character, or at least the main character of the Prologue's older brother, who is a big, burly, tanky type guy. He'll be assisting his brother, that new centurion, with getting you and Thaddeus acquainted with the lay of the land. Callius Septim? You seek to put him in charge of me? Everyone knows he gained that promotion on a fluke. That fluke that she is referencing is the fact that you saved the general's life single-handedly while he was being attacked by a barbarian warchief. Yes, a gift from the last rook. Whatever the case, he's adequate, just to show you around. I doubt any problems will arise. Now please leave me. I have some paperwork to finish. Yes, my lord. This guy he used to be your commanding officer. He's a militum, but he's kind of a dick, and he's rude to everybody. In fact, even on the tactical battle map, his special abilities revolve around him shouting insults at people. Anyway, that one. He's the one I was telling you about, the so-called Centurion. Don't be fooled by him. He's no raven. Earthbound, yeah. Okay, good, I'm right. Yeah, hardly looks like one. What a scrawny kid. Imagine this maggot jumping from a rankless Earthbound like yourself into ravenhood. Bloody toothless lion. It's his brother you should watch out for. And there you are, Callius Septim. Felidae, why are the men not ready? We're due to leave. I gave them a break, sir. What? Militum, assemble the men. Now. And I do enjoy the scattering of Roman terminology throughout this. Before your brother arrives? But of course, sir. Men, form up! And he's having a pensive moment where he is thinking to himself. Good day, Centurion. My gray jackets are ready to deploy when you... Oh, your men aren't ready. I think a gray jacket is just a term for a gunner from an allied country whose name eludes me at the moment. Hello, Lieutenant Lechlin. They will be in a minute. Don't feel discombobulated, sir. They say leadership's a science. Take some experimenting before things work out. It would be tremendous if things worked out just about now. I have my doubts that things will ever work out. Not at this rate, anyway. Ah, Magister Cassianus. Or Cassianus. Cassianus? Ooh, I don't think so. Good day. Let's get one thing clear, Earthbound. Today, you're just the guide. Livia, he's a full-fledged raven now. Don't be rude. Raven? More like a pathetic chicken. I couldn't care less about your appointment as column leader, Earthbound. Just get this tour over with. Right. I'm sorry you feel that way, Magister. Felidae, find the Signum. We're moving. Yes, sir. Alright, well that was quite a wordy little intro, but now we are going to fight a battle. And again, I really like the terrain graphics. They're very clean and crisp and neat. And this is as far as any patrol should go. We mark it by the abandoned tower up ahead. Unless the Lyri intend to raid, they usually stay on the other side of it. So why aren't we at the tower? Man, no one's given Cassius a break. Or, because the tower is on the crest of the hill. You'll be telling the whole barons that you're here. I see. So, we can head back now, yes? All this brown is leaving me indisposed for anything but the sickbed. And this gentleman here is kind of dwarfy, I suppose. I don't know if he actually is a dwarf, but he's certainly not a giant amongst men. Sir, I see people headed this way. Don't look like ours. That was my best dwarf accent. I hope you like it. Crows. Oh yeah, that's what they say when they're pissed. Crows. It's always crows. Those are Lyri warbands. Headed right for us. Rebus, break the men into ranks. Magister Cassianus and Lieutenant Lechlin, get back to your men. We can take them from this position. Earthbound! To the front! Greyjackets, take positions on those rocks. Bowmen, to me. You have my sword, and my axe! Where in the nine hells did they come from? Okay, so the tactics in this game are broken down into phases. There is well, we are currently in the planning phase, so we have to kill the entire Lyri army and all commanders must survive. Commanders are the people with faces. So yes, this is the phase where you determine what your men are going to do, and then there is the action phase where they actually do it. Both armies move at the same time based on their initiative, which you can see by clicking on this button, which will show you the initiative of the units. So this one goes first, this one goes second, third, fourth, and so on and so forth. And then this will tell you what, I guess, just the situation of the units and the facing. See how this red thing here is facing in this direction? That means the unit is facing in this direction, and that matters for tactical reasons, obviously. You'll notice that some units have a little line between them. What this means is that they are in formation. They can be in formations of up to 3 units, but they have to be of the same type, and this gives them bonuses. You can see the bonuses by going up here to the Codex, where you'll see Earthbound Swordsmen, and you will see that when they're 2 units locked together, they have the Lock Shield's passive ability, which allows them to take 0 damage if they roll greater than 65 on the bonus roll. And this occurs both when they are attacking and counterattacking. Or, I'm sorry, when the enemies are attacking and counterattacking. And then if you put 3 of them together, you get the armor boost. When an element is in a trine, and that's what they call 2 together, or 3 together, it gains 30 ranged armor rating. So this prevents you from being sniped by enemy archers. And you'll notice that there's a lore for every unit, and they all have different abilities. Like, for example, the bowmen get double volley, which allows them to shoot twice if they are in a group of 2 and if the roll is above 65. And so on and so forth. Special note is these guys, the Rook Guard. They're crazy. Apparently they go through some kind of torture when they're training to be these guys, so it completely breaks their mind, and as a result they are kind of nutty, crazy units that are very tough, and they're kind of like the elite unit. And we're fighting the Lyri, again, like barbarian-esque, I guess. The Ironhides are naked. They run around just with giant axes, so you could think kind of like the Celts of Britain. They also apparently throw skulls at their enemies, which breaks their morale, as I suppose being thrown skulls would do to one. Alright, so we have some options. When you're in a formation, you can wheel, which means that is the facing of your formation, and it takes a turn to change your facing unless you want to completely just turn around, in which case that does not take a turn. But to move in any other direction takes a turn. You can also move. The hero units have special abilities. You can add or subtract units from your formation if they're aligned in the right place. And finally, you have what are called standing orders, which allows your units to think on their own in case it's necessary. Why would that be necessary? Well, because to order one unit takes up one of these order slots, and you only get 6 per turn. So if you have 8 units, let's say, you can only order 6 of them. The other 2 are just going to stand around looking lost. However, if you give them a standing order, something like chase down this unit, they will continue to do so while you're commanding the other units. Okay, so we have some gunners here. So let me show you a little bit about formations. So if I move this guy, let's say here, and I move this guy here, then next turn we could form them up. Now these guys are bowmen, and they are already a formation. And I suppose that cavalry can be in formation too, though I've never tried that. Cavalry are good against ranged units. Spear units are good against cavalry. And, I think, is it infantry are good against spears, and ranged are good against infantry. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how it works. And you can tell who they are by looking at them. Infantry is the shield, archers are the bow, spears are the, well, spears, and horses are the horsey. So let's see, we're strongest as a defensive formation. For some reason, Rebus is not the giant monstrosity, which he was in the prologue. He's actually just commanding regular guys. And you're spearmen, but they don't have any cavalry. So we're going to move you kind of here, I guess, just to center you a bit better. And I would like to have these cavalry take out the bowmen. So let's move them off to the side here. And our commander here will go over here, so he could flank from that side. Alright, action. So you can see we were planning on them going first, then them. And I'm not entirely certain, but I think that green flag thing is because he's a commander and he inspires the troops with good morale. Okay. Excellent. There is a flanking bonus too, so if they're in formation like this and you attack them from the side or the back, you get a flanking bonus. You do not, however, get a flanking bonus if they are just a single unit, like this. Alright, our spearmen are kind of taking it on the chin here. Well, first of all, let's do what we said. Let's create the formation. Oh, you know what? Shoot, we can't create a formation because these are both led by heroes. You can only have one hero in a formation, it looks like. Well, let's get the riflemen somewhere where they could do some damage. Here. Here. And we'll move. Also, when units are in a formation, what's cool about that is that moving them only requires one command point. You guys just gonna stand still. Are your abilities still the same? Yep. So he heals, which is really good. Standing orders. Let's stand ground, that's good. These spearmen are not looking good. So he has double time maggots, which gives them extra movement and initiative, and wicked words. I'm not quite sure how that one works yet, but you can target an enemy formation, I guess, and they get the morale broken status until healed to at least half its maximum hit points. So I guess it only works on a unit that's below half their hit points. Not entirely sure. Alright. So let's attack with the cavalry. They might attack with the spearmen, but I think we'll survive. If we don't, well, that was a tactical blunder on my part, but what else are you going to do? They're not leaving us much option to circle around them. I'd rather my infantry take the brunt of the attack. These guys can still probably get around and attack the spearmen, though. We'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully our gunners will fire. Okay, as you can see, they got the lock shields bonus. Oh, there we go. See, that's the problem. If they move away from where you are attacking them, you don't attack them. So this is turning into kind of a ranged battle. Alright, well first of all we need to get our horsemen out of here. Let's move them to here. Can we move him finally someplace useful? Well, you know what? We can move him here and he can attack these guys along with the spearmen and our gunners. What's a problem now is that we're kind of in a bad position. We've got these guys flanking us. Do you guys have abilities? All elements in the parent element's formation gain 6. That's okay, the same thing as you maggots or whatnot. Snipe. All elements in the target element's formation gain the stunned penalty for 2 rounds. Okay. The Foxglove Ironhides. This is the strongest one. Let's stun them. Two melee damage and 30 melee skill for 3 rounds. Can we give that to our guys? No, we cannot. That's weird. Oh, it means his unit only. Oh, never mind that then. Snipe. These guys. And we're moving you already, that's fine. We're moving you. Callius. Or Rebus, I mean. Let's heal. And go. Okay. See how they got flanked because they're on the side, and there goes my spearman. Maybe I should have recorded the prologue, because this is tough. But we did get one of them, so that was nice. And we're going to get these guys, because you can charge as a horseman as long as you have to travel a distance to get to them. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to move these guys over to fight these ranged troops and get them away from the spearmen. And I'm going to show you how to do a wheel. So we want to wheel to the northeast. And now you are also going to attack these ranged troops. And you are going to attack these guys. And I want to keep the riflemen out of danger. So let's move you back. And let's move you back as well. I just feel completely outnumbered here. But we took them out. Now hopefully these guys will have the same luck. Shoot. Okay, excellent. And fire. Boom. All right, so much for those guys. That stun attack was awesome. And now we wield. Yay. All right. So you kind of wounded cavalry. Let's move you to take out these guys. Our hero will move to sort of get in range of these guys. And you can no longer use your ability for 2 turns. These guys are just kind of chilling here. The one thing I haven't learned how to do is target a particular unit. I think they just kind of attack whoever they feel like attacking. Let's see if we can't... No, we can't. We can only move forward or back. I was seeing if we can move sideways to engage these guys too, because this unit's kind of our tanky block unit. I guess that's all I need to do. Hopefully my ranged troops will do what I need them to. All right. Excellent. All right, we're flanked again. Excellent. All right, not bad for a horseman. So let's get you around to these guys. And then we'll pull you around to these guys. Perfect. Horsemen here. We'll hit these guys from the flank. You are going to wheel again to the southeast. I need you in the battle. And actually, we can move you a bit closer too. All right. Excellent. So, it looks on the surface simple, but this game is very tactically complex, and if you're better than I am, which is quite likely, you'll be able to do amazing things. And again, I really like the art style. It's so crisp and clean. Now see, here's what I should have done. You can give him the standing order to pursue this unit. So that means that he would have actually followed it instead of doing exactly what I ordered. So I'll show you that now. So let's go standing orders, pursue, and let's pick this one up here. And then we're going to move him, let's say here. So he should decide to go off on his own if he needs to do that. We're going to hit these guys from the flank. Oh, this cavalry unit's kind of in bad shape, actually. You know what, let's not do that. I thought we were wheeling. Let's wheel, please. Let's move you a bit closer to the action. That might be too close, though. I think the archers also have a minimum range between them and the enemy for them to be able to fire. Let's move you to the front. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, excellent. Still looking good. Now let's see what he does. Yep, he goes after him like he's supposed to. And done. Now we should wheel. That would be nice. Awesome. Of course, now we're kind of in trouble. He's down on hit points. Let's only a scratch one more time. Move our gunner up. Please. Move another gunner up. To behind this guy, maybe. Move my hero in behind him. Move this cavalry unit to the side in case he's still around. And that should be enough. We should win the battle at this point. Come on, guys. And done. Good. Just a small band. Thank Motcher. Or Motzer. A small band? Yeah, they usually raid in warbands 4 times this size. Typically, they wouldn't risk coming into the buffer without a significant force. There's something about them, though. Their expressions. I've never seen the Lyri with such fire in their eyes before. Whatever the case, we should head back and inform the Rook. That report might have to wait. There's more of the barbarians headed this way. Eyes to the south. Awesome, and I got 3 medals out of 3. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was my Stoic Plays of Ravenmark, the Scourge of Estellion, and I highly recommend it. Again, it seems at first glance to be a simple mobile tactics game, but it's really a lot more complex than that, and well done as far as I can tell. And the campaign and the story, they're also well done and interesting. So I could see why it scored 85 on Metacritic, and I enjoy it very much. So once again, I am Marcus Aurelius. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.